Hello, my Rawlicious souls. Welcome back to my channel. We've got Annabella back on, and I'm so excited for this one. This is the Q&A, and quite a few of you have asked some incredible questions. What I do is introduce our intro, like we did an intro the other day with Annabella sharing her story, her experience on 245 days of juice cleansing only. No solid food, just juices, pure high vibrational juices. So we're gonna get straight into the Q&A, and we're gonna ask a few questions that are really enlightening, and I'll put them also in the description as well. And I will get straight into it, Annabella. So thank you for coming back on. The first question is from Janice is, what's your preparation like? Have you been home or traveling?
I set up all of my house like a mini detox center.
I've seen it.
Yeah, exactly. Tony saw my house, like in the toilet, the colon cleanse unit. So no, I choose Kopangan like my island, like the best place to settle down and do my juice fasting, my juice cleanse with calm, peace, and yeah. So no, I do choose to stay at home, Kopangan.
Yeah. And what's the preparation? She asked the preparation. What have you been doing to
Okay.
help with the process?
So actually, all of my process, like I said, start 2 year and a half ago, where I was when I was 2 months fully raw vegan, and then I did already two. I didn't do a lot of preparation, honestly, before this juice fasting, just because I was just eating fruits. So I'm fully fruitarian since 2 year and a half. When I eat just fruits and veggie fruits and sometimes herbs, but very rarely. So fruits is my diet. So for me, actually, and I had already done too long juice fasting before. So was already, I think, my long preparation, because I did 53 days on juice, orange and parsley mono juice. Then I refeed myself for 6 months. Then I did 108 days on juice fasting, 41 days on mono juice watermelon. And then I was eating for 3 months fruits. And then here we are with this long juice cleanse. So this is my preparation, actually.
Yeah, amazing. And if I'm just trying, because with the preparation, there can be quite a few things. It's quite subjective, this question. I would
Yeah,
say,
exactly.
yeah, we could maybe expand on what's your daily preparation, I suppose. You may be thinking that could be a question. You know, your daily prep. How do you go out to get your juices? Do you make it from
Yeah.
home?
So at the beginning, I was like, wow, I make everything by myself. So I did let's say half of my juice cleanse, uh, doing preparing juice daily with myself, because I was mostly in watermelon, again. So juicing watermelon is very easy. But then when I started to have a desire for pineapple, for orange, I mean, it's a little bit more tricky. So I became a little bit lazy. And here in Kopangan, there is two amazing juice shop. Tony knows what I'm talking about. They do cold pressed juice, so no problem at all. And now actually I go to the shop, because I relax, it's my moment, to get my juicing. So I mean, I have two shop where I feel like at home.
Yeah, and they look after you. They're
Yeah,
great.
and they look, yeah. They know me already since 8 months, because the 1st of February is gonna be 8 months. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So, number two, Jane Leslie asked, how often do you add leafy greens, I mean lettuce, etc., not kale, but to your juices?
So actually, my body doesn't like a green juice at all. So I never have a green juice. I have just sometimes recently because I had a huge heavy metal detox, and so my body I started to craving salt, and so I added to my mono, because I do mono. I don't like mix it up, you know. I don't like mix it up juice. I do always mono juice. When I mix it up, it's just like in special occasion, but not daily. I had a shot for 2 or 3 weeks with parsley, coriander, and lime, or gotu kola and lime. But it's just something that is happening, you know, but it's not I don't like green juice. I don't drink green juice usually. No, it's not my routine, actually. For example, today and yesterday, I didn't have the shot because I didn't feel it. So it's just happened when I have this maybe salt craving, that I know that my body is asking me for more minerals. So I take the shot like a medicine, you know, like a healthy medicine, because my body just want to drink fresh, cold pressed juice. So yeah.
Is that daily? The shot?
No, it's not. It was daily for 2 3 weeks, and now it's just now I stop it. My body stopped it to ask me, so it means that I think I feed my body with the mineral that it was asking me for, and finish. And so yeah.
Okay. Why do you choose mono rather than mixing the juices? Why do you choose to use those?
Because my body chose for me. So my body doesn't like too much things to eating and drinking too much things at the same time. So more I go ahead, I see more I became clean, and more my body is asking me for simplicity, you know. So for me, simplicity is mono juice. So it's just I'm just follow my body, you know. So that's it. Yeah. It's just more you go ahead, and more and less things you need, especially at the same time in one meal or in one drink. You know, it wasn't like that at the beginning, and then slowly change. Okay, I never ever mix it up too much things in the juice. Maximum 2 recipe, maximum 3, in a special rarely occasion. I was never a person that was like mixing 3 for maybe 4 5 6, and no, never recipe ingredients in one drink, in one juice, no, never. So yeah, just like simplicity, you know.
Yeah, that's good. I think
it's the best.
more you go on this journey. Yeah, I understand. Yeah. Michelle Bell asks, what's the longest it's safe to do a juice cleanse? Great question.
I mean, we are frugivore for nature. Our body is just asking us fruits and juice. So it's very particular question, because it depends case by case, you know. Of course, in my situation, I can keep, I think, forever. I can be liquidarian forever if I want, you know, because I did a lot. I did a lot of protocol to clean up my body. I did more than 300 gravity colonics sessions, so my colon became like better than a baby colon. So I work a lot on my body, you know. I clean a lot. I did the 7-time tape burns protocol, so I did a lot. So in my case, I can literally stay liquidarian if I want it, you know. It's a question that you need to see case by case, because, for example, if you start from an omnivore diet, I do not recommend a long juice cleanse at the first time, you know. I recommend, for example, like a juice cleanse like very short, like a 3-day, like 4-day, and let's see, with more green juice, you know, not like starting with fruits, because the fruits is going to be too much for someone that is eating meat and animal products, you know. It's a case by case, actually. For someone that is already raw vegan, no problem. I mean, keep as you feel the juice, you know. So it depends about the condition of everyone.
Yeah, I agree. And everyone's journey is different, and you don't, sometimes it can be too aggressive. for those.
Yeah, exactly.
You
need to know what you are doing. You need to know where you are, where you start, where is your start point. And I do recommend always the transition. Don't jump like I did. I didn't. You see my story. I didn't jump in this long juice fasting from one day to another day. I did the proper transition also with the juice. So yeah, transition is the key, I think, from my experience, honestly.
Great tips there. Amazing. Jennifer Rodriguez asked, what would be your turning point to stop the fasting? Like, what is your goal? I know you had a ton of health issues, but are you continuing until all of them are fully resolved? Brilliant question.
Amazing question. Thank you so much for everyone, because all the questions are amazing, literally, and very interesting for me also to reply, because are literally not the same question, that I used to receive a daily basis,
Yeah.
So I have a goal, of course. I have a number in my mind for two reasons. One, because I believe a lot in numerology. Okay, so for me, the number has a meaning. And second, because it's a great number, actually. I will share when I will break my fasting. I will share with you more specifically about that. I'm not gonna share public this number just because I told to you, the reason as well, that I don't wanna have my ego involved in the process. So I just wanna decide day by day, ask to my body day by day if he wanna continue or if he wanna stop it and he wanna just start to eat normal fruits, So that's why usually I am this kind of person, and if I say something, I must do, I'm an Aries, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yes. We just rammed it. We do it. When we do it.
Exactly. And what we say, what we promise, what we say for us is a kind of promise, So that's why I don't share, because otherwise my ego will be like, okay, now you people know, so you need to reach, you need to go. No, this is not the right attitude at all when you are in a juice fasting, but it's very easy to reach this attitude, unfortunately, because everyone has to deal with the ego. We know that. Ego is part of us. And sometimes he's helping us, but sometimes cannot helping us, in the situation. So that's why we need to be very conscious about that. And it's better sometimes to keep something with yourself and let the things go, And about the symptoms, I heal everything that I had. I miss just, that's why I keep continue for one reason. One, because I'm still releasing something. So I'm still releasing. So you can imagine I'm still releasing. And second, because I releasing and Tony saw what is coming out from my ears, from my right ears. That is the right part of my body is actually the weak part of my body, because if you read my eyes from my iridology reading, you can see that I have a lack on my kidney area, a lack, important lack on my kidney area. And this is mean that I'm not filtering enough. That's why I have coming out stuff from my ears, for example. And during my first fasting, I had a open wound on my right side, because I need to help more my kidney. So my kidney have to work better. So that's why I'm still keeping liquid, because so the kidney are not working like when we are eating. Even if we are eating fruits, the kidney are working more anyway, even if fruits and juice is our food, but still keeping the fasting is helping the kidney to heal as well. So this is another reason. And yeah, and plus I still have things stuck in my brain. So hold the stuff, because when you have dark stuff coming out from your ears, it means that this stuff were settled there since when you were a child. So not joke. So that's why I'm still keep going, because I feel that my brain is not fully released, you know, I still have things to release. And to be honest, I know that it's not gonna happen, this release during this juice fasting. I will need to push a little bit more with the water fasting and dry fasting after. But like I said before, I didn't jump in a water fasting without complete before a long juice cleanse. You know, everything that I have done until now, I have done with consciousness. I plan everything, you know, I got the knowledge for that. Because I'm doing also transition to a water fasting and dry fasting, you know. First, you need to clean the body with the juice, and then you switch in regeneration, you switch in this cell regeneration with the water fasting and with the dry fasting. But also in this case, is a transition, is the process, you know. That's why also I'm keeping going to get ready for the water fasting that I will do after my refeeding, when I will get back my weight. But okay, it's just 4 kilos, so I will be very quickly. But my body will need a break. I will just eat a fruit, and then I will jump in water fasting. Also because at a certain point, you reach this plateau that I feel that I'm reaching at the moment, almost, where you just can stay liquidarian for the rest of your life, and the body also release but stop slowly. And this doesn't mean that you don't have still things, stuff in your body. It means that you reach a plateau, so you need to a little bit go to the next level.
Get deeper.
And back, exactly. Because for example, in my situation, when I eat fruits, it's not detox for me anymore. It's not detox for me anymore. So it's just normal diet. I don't call myself in a detox mood when I eat fruits, because my body is totally not detoxic at all. Because for me now, I need to go more deep, you know, because I release so much until now that my body has to dig a little bit deep to release the things that are in the cell. Because we don't need to forget that majority of the toxin stay settled intracellular. Yeah. So this is the problem. So that's why it doesn't matter. Okay, of course, skinny people have less things to release, but it doesn't matter if you are skinny. This is another things to underline, because you can release, you can have toxins stock in the cell. You know what I mean? So this is an important thing to underline to everyone, because it doesn't matter if you are skinny. Okay, you don't have nothing to release. No, not at all. It's not true. You know, just is a different way for the body, how the body storage the toxin. You know, the body storage when you are skinny, the body storage the toxin more intracell. Yeah. Compare with someone that is fat. This is the main difference. Yeah.
So when will you know is like enough's enough? Because some people will be like, wow, when does it end? And it's subjective. It's
subjective. You cannot say.
Yeah. You have to
We don't know. We know just that the body will do the job, but we don't know. We don't know how long it's gonna take. Okay, according to Arnold Deret, if you really stick in the program, and if you don't cheat, if you don't come back to eat flesh animals, you know, dead animals or something like that, it depends about your age. For example, in my situation, I start almost 3 years ago, so I am in this process almost, it's gonna be in November 3 years. No stop, I never cheat, I never come back to eat any cooked food at all during these 3 years. I was almost in liquidarian diet actually. So in my situation, maybe it could be true that it take 3 years and 7 months, because I was like 37 and 7 months old. So according to Arnold Ehret, this is the proportion. But we will see. You know, so it takes time. It's a dedication. It takes devotion. It takes time. If someone is promised you a quick fix, sorry, but no, it's not possible. It's not possible. I always clarify this to people, you know, to my clients, because quick fix, it doesn't exist. Sorry, it's not possible. You need to let the body do the job, you know. The body will do the job. Will do for sure, but it takes time. It takes time.
Yeah, I like the word devotion, because
Devotion.
It's a practice. It's a, like you said, it gets to the point where it's not going to be detoxification all the time. You're not going to, you're in a comfortable state now, but you know there's more to release and you want to dig deeper. And that for you is a calling to go deeper. And you feel that because you're so in tune. I like that about the juice cleansing, because you do get clear channels and you start to get the answers. And when you've been on this path for like the length of time you have, you do get those answers. Okay, next question. SP said, I'd love to know how many liters of juice per day, per each serving, how much gap between each serving, and does she also keep the feeding window short, i.e. 5 or 6 hours, or do you drink all day long?
No. I mean, this is also a question that is very specific, you know, it's very personal question. So there is no rules in this. This is I want to also underline. There is no rules. It's very personal question. In my situation, I mean, Tony saw me. I'm very small. I am a very petite woman. So I am 1 meter and 53 centimeters. So I'm very short. And also I'm skinny. I'm skinny like a constitution, basically, not just when I'm juicing. I'm a skinny woman. I was always a skinny woman. In my situation, when I start, of course, when you start, this is also very important. When you start just fasting, you drink more. You drink more because you are looking for the feeling of feel full that is coming from eating cooked food, you know. So you are also looking for the same feeling when you start the juice cleanse. And this was happening when I was on my first juice cleanse. And this is something that is not good, but actually we wouldn't drink with this feeling. We need to stop a little bit before we feel that we are full. You know what I mean? This is the right, and now I can do. Before I couldn't, because before my mind was like, oh, you are not drinking enough, or you are not full. I was like getting nervous, you know, if I wasn't feel myself until I was feeling full. And now it's the opposite. Now I feel bad if I do that. When I celebrate 240 days, Tony was like tasting and mango. Tony and mango was like tasting my my special cocktail that I did, no, strawberry and pineapple, and I it was so good, no, Tony. He was celebrating in my home, but I overdrink a little bit that day, and I was like, it's too much, you know, because now it's the opposite. Now it changed the opposite. Now I don't want this feeling anymore. So you see, if you keep going, you change the habits, you know, you literally change everything. So before when I started juice fasting, my first juice fasting, not this one, I was drinking between, let's say 3 liter minimum, 3 liter and 5 liters. I was over drinking, I'm telling you. But this has happened to everyone. So don't be worried about that, because it's a normal feeling. Then the second juice fasting was getting better. I was like drinking average 3 liter and a half, 4 liter maximum, rarely. And this juice fasting, actually, I'm drinking between 1 liter and a half, 2 liter and a half, maximum 3 liter, maximum. Today, I think until now, I drank 2 liter. And I think I will just drink a little bit in the evening, but that's it, because I finished this. That is it's not, you see, it's not like, it's not too much. It's like less than half liter, this one. So it was kiwi, actually. I tried for the first time kiwi juice, very nice. I never tried kiwi juice. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Anyway, so I'm drinking less. Sometimes also I started to drink, I don't drink all the day long. No, I cannot. Now in my, no, I actually cannot. I drink in the morning when I wake up, and then I drink like, I do like breakfast, a kind of lunch and dinner.
Okay.
So I don't drink all the day long. I cannot. I don't feel it. Absolutely. No. And between one drink, for example, I finish this drink now, but I started to drink 1 hour ago. So you see, I mean, I don't drink in one go everything. I drink slowly. I mean, you see how I drink. You was with me how 1 week. I mean, but you see that I don't over drink. I don't drink all in one go. You know, I cannot. My body cannot. And this is, I'm happy with this because I have more control with the drink, you know, with the drink and the food. The more you go ahead and more you cut the addiction from the food, and more control you have from the food about the drink, because it's not you don't need, is not your main thought anymore, you know. For you, drinking, don't drinking, it's okay. I mean, okay, before it wasn't like that, you know.
You said to me that when you overdrink, you feel more sleepy, more sluggish. That's you do it in smaller and slowly.
Exactly. This is exactly. And I don't feel this. I don't like to feel this. Before it was the like it was normal, you know, because when you eat, especially omnivore diet, but even vegan diet, you know, cook vegan diet, you eat you eat something and then you need to rest, and you think that this is normal. No, this is not normal. It's normal like to feel not tired. I just finished this drink. I don't feel tired. I feel energized, you know. So this is how we feel, how we must feel, you know, after a meal, after any kind of meal, any kind of drink. But I'm trying, I mean, just now, after a long the juice cleanse, I'm feeling this benefit, you know. It's a progress, it's a process. Happened, but it's a process. Yeah.
I find if you can feel like going for a run or a hike afterwards, that's a good sign. If you feel like you can't do anything, that's a good cue, isn't it? So that's what I used to see if I've overeaten. Could I go for a little jog now? Could I go for a big walk?
Exactly.
Yeah. And what about before sleep then? Do you find having a juice just before bed?
No, never. Usually now I sleep very late. Unfortunately, I cannot say unfortunately, because I use my time in a very intelligent way, in a smart way, you know. Before I was like, I got traumatized at the beginning because I didn't know what to do with the time, you know, because I was I couldn't sleep like before. I was just sleeping less, but I was like, now what I have to do? I don't have nothing to do. So I was getting bored, you know. I was like, oh my gosh. Now I appreciate this. Now I literally love this because I can do a lot of things during the night, for example, in a very quiet situation in my home. I mean, I can enjoy, I can take care about my page, I can take care about my dogs, I can do many things, you know. So for me now is a blast actually to have all this time, but before it wasn't like that. I wasn't get used to that.
What time do you stop at a certain time?
I stop around 7:30 maximum. Sometimes even before, it depends. Maximum 7:30, let's say, and then I go to sleep 12, 11, 1 o'clock. It depends. Sometimes I need to take the tincture, lotus flower, to calm down a little bit my nervous system. and it works perfectly. It's very relax you, and so I can sleep, because sometimes I have so much energy also during the night that please let me sleep. Let me sleep now. It's 2. Yesterday I went to sleep at 2 o'clock, so I had to take this tincture because otherwise I wouldn't sleep. I was like, no, it's too much. Now I'm gonna take lotus flower, and I was like, lotus flower is just like relax you in a very nice way. But you see,
Amazing. My next question, I wanted for you to remind me of that little the fruit that you take, that you soak it in water and use juice for the cleanse it for the parasites. Could you share that, what it's called? And I'll put a
so
picture as well.
yeah, this is a fruit first, and the name is Cassia Fistula, and the tree grow basically outside my home. So I have the tree in my home, I can say. Blessed I am. And this is a specific fruit to clean your small intestine. That's, I mean, it's very long and it's very thin and it's very difficult to reach sometimes because of the structure of the small intestine, you know. And this fruits works amazing. I release, that's why now I'm doing this protocol, because I still release it, but I release it less. So I'm focused to clean up more my small intestine, because the colon, I think I clean up almost because of my gravity colonic section that I did. And now I'm focused to the small intestine, because of course you can still reach with the gravity colonic the small intestine, but not completely, you know. So that's why I figure out these amazing special fruits, and yeah, so it's a very blessed.
And do you take that, you were saying, so you soak it in water and you take the juice from it?
Yeah.
So obviously you're still doing the juice, and you take that on an evening? Is that every day or just sometimes?
No. I take usually once a week, because it's a very powerful. I don't want to stress out too much my small intestine. So I take once a week is more than enough. And in my situation, I'm so get used now to take herbs and this kind of protocol that I can literally take more compared to other people. But I always advise people to start from a small dose to try the effect on themselves, and then increase the dose. This is with everything, the herbs, this kind of laxative, for example, everything. You need to start with a small amount and check it, you know. Yeah. So usually I soak in the water overnight and I drink in the morning. It depends what I have to do the day after. Or I drink in the morning, or I drink in the evening. So I go to the toilet during the night, because in my situation, the laxative effect happen after 3 years, after 3 hours that I drank the liquid. So the laxative effect can happen between usually 3 or 8 hours. It depends about the person. In my situation, it happened very quickly because I'm more clean, you know, so less things to release. The liquid can pass more easier, and so you have the effect before, you know. That's why if you have more things stock it, of course the liquid gets stuck, and so you takes more time, you know what I mean? It depends. And also because I'm doing this protocol while I'm juicing during a long juice feasting. So it's always better to do this kind of laxative protocol when you are in a liquidarian diet, for sure, because it's more effective, you know, because you have already the juicing working to release stuff. And so this is a kind of, this is potence the double the effect, you know. So yeah.
Yeah, because if you think if you're not, you've still got compacted waste and it's trying to, so it's not going to be as effective. May not even work because it's so stuck. So yeah. And what would be the side effects to that if somebody's doing it just from the standard diet, the omnivore diet, and they want to use
I don't recommend. I'm telling you, I don't recommend absolutely any laxative for someone that is eating omnivore diet, because it can be very dangerous, because you can just melt it some stuff, but maybe the stuff that you have at the second level, you know, that doesn't reach the second level, so you melt it up just a part of the toxin that maybe they are stuck in the colon, and so this kind of toxin just reabsorb from the colon and get in your lymphatic circulation, and you can get the you can get like an infection. You feel very bad. So I do not recommend to take any kind of lecithin, even if it's natural, if you are in a standard diet. It's very dangerous, not at all. Absolutely.
Good to share that. Yeah, because people will jump on that and go,
No.
I want to do it on just a normal diet. Say normal.
No. Yeah, but unfortunately, sometimes we need to use also this normal diet to make people understand, you know. But anyway, should be the opposite, because we should, the frugi, we don't even, you know what I think, honestly? We shouldn't even call ourselves with a name, because the animal doesn't call themselves omnivores, herbivores, carnivores. They just do, you know, they just eat what they feel. And in our case, it's ridiculous that we need to underline that we are frugivores, we are vegan, we need just to eat according to our nature, according to our body structure, according to our teeth. That is not omnivores. Sorry. So it's not omnivore structure, and this is, we cannot deny the reality. So this is something that we can see. We can even touch our teeth, no? So we cannot touch the inside of intestine, but we know how it looks like, and it doesn't look like an intestine of the dogs, for example. So it should be normal. We shouldn't call ourselves in any way, you know, because we just need to eat our diet. Finish.
On that, I'm glad you've mentioned that, because I'm going to just ask this last question. Do we have a species-specific diet? Because there are those that argue and say we all need a different diet depending on our... for me, I just look at the basics. I look at, if you cut us open and look at our digestive system, human beings have the same digestive system. Yes, compromised through the lifestyles we've led and the unhealthy eating habits, but we all have the same structure. Could you expand on this argument? Because this comes up, you know, sometimes.
All the time.
Yeah.
These topics come up all the time, also in my Facebook page, all the time, because people at a certain point comment, okay, this is okay, but I need something different. But for me, fruits is not good because I feel sick, so I need something different. Everybody needs something different. Everybody can choose something different, but not everybody can need something different, because I mean, we have the same body structure, so it's ridiculous that we think like that. So there is no other word, other more things to add about this, because I mean, we look different from outside, but we have the same body structure.
Yeah.
So that's why the diet, according to blood species specific, no, is for me. I tried also this because I was so desperate. 3 months, and myself, I am type 0, so I should, according to that diet, I should eat only animal products.
Yeah.
I tried 3 months. I was almost dead, no joke. So where is the point? I mean, if you look at the nature, the herbivores and all the animals have also different blood type species, and they eat at the same time. They eat at the same time, and they eat the same things anyway. So where is the point? Sorry, but this is illogical. Sometimes we need just to follow the logical, you know. The animal looks different. We look different from outside, but like the animal, because the dogs are different from each other. The cow are different from each other. All the tiger are different from each other. We are all different, but the structure of the body is the same. So what we are talking about, we shouldn't even talk about that, Tony, sorry, but this is literally so logical, not so obvious. What do you think? I mean, it's literally,
Yeah, it's
for
an
me,
that I find. I used to believe in that we all needed different, but from now back to basics of what our
back to
body
basic,
mind.
exactly.
I always say, okay, if you put a dog in a room and you gave him raw meat or an apple, he would eat the raw meat mostly. You know, would choose that. For us, if you put a baby in a
Yeah,
room with an apple or a lamb, a baby lamb, what's he gonna eat? The baby's gonna eat the apple. I go on what we would as a child, what we would eat.
the
We would
instinct.
we would not eat roadkill, blood, and guts.
No,
We would not eat
no.
that.
A baby would never ever eat a raw meat. Sorry. We teach the baby how to eat raw meat, but even sometimes raw meat, unfortunately. That is, I mean, don't let me talk about this. This is another topic. But
Yes.
I mean, we teach because our body is so clever that can literally learn and adapt about everything.
We have adaptations, but they don't serve us, you know, and that's why we go through these detox to go back to the what a species specific diet is. And there is a lot of misleading information, and this is all set up as an agenda to keep you confused. But if we go back, like what you were saying, just logic, go back to the basics, go back to whole undenatured foods. That's where we feel good and thrive and keep it simple. Yeah.
Exactly. Simplicity, because if you also look animal in the nature, they just do monomeal. They don't mix things, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So why we mix so many things in one dish, in one meal?
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
just need to look the animals. From the animal, we can learn literally everything. The animal that, of course, they live in the nature, you know?
Yeah.
Literally. I mean, mono is the solution.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just our mind that wants more, you know, without sometimes it's just the mind that wants more, you know, because maybe it's not enough, or maybe I don't feel full enough, or maybe whatever, you know, many different reasons. But look the animal that live in the nature, and this is the answer.
Yeah. Yeah. Keep it just we overcomplicate it when it's unnecessary, and it's one of our, we want to always go to the familiar, what we've always done, and obviously we have these addictions, and through through the cleansings you've done, I've done, we move through these addictions. This is where the power is, and we really start to look at, wow, what the foods we were consuming and
Yeah,
not designed for us, and that's what's keeping us sick and what's keeping us at this low frequency.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yes. So thank you so much for sharing and answering all these questions and expanding in a really beautiful wisdom way. So thank you, Annabella. We'll end. Is there anything that you want to end on? Any reassurance for those that are on a cleanse so far? Because I have a lot messaging me asking if these videos are really helping because they're in the cleansing right now in
Yeah.
the early stages, and maybe they're wanting to go longer. So maybe
Yes.
give them a little bit of inspiration.
Yeah, first I want to say one more time thank you for watching the video, and thank you Tony for inviting me again. And yeah, and second I want to just recommend to everyone, if they have any doubt about Juice Cleanse, about any kind of detox topics, to reach out people that they know more, you know, to ask for help, because it's very important. Don't feel themselves alone when you have a doubt, maybe when you have when you feel fear about something, you know, just that there is nothing bad to ask for help, you know. Let someone help you, you know, because maybe you need, especially at the beginning. I was already, I used to have a coach myself almost 3 years ago when I start, and now I help other people. But at the beginning, I let someone helping me, this is normal. So that's why this is I want to recommend. And just follow your body and don't follow your ego, because when you are in just cleanse, you need to deal with the ego also, because yeah, you need to deal with your ego, and we love our ego. Sometimes it's nice, but follow your body, don't follow your ego. Yeah.
Love that. Amazing end to the call. Thank you so much, Annabella. We always
My
end
pleasure.
we end on the be, feel, and stay Rawlicious. Would you like to say that along with me? I'd love you to.
Yes.
Are
Yes.
you ready? So after
Go.
3, 1, 2, 3, be,
Feel,
feel,
stay,
Rawlicious.
delicious. Mwah, bye
Did you
bye.
did you just say delicious or Rawlicious?
Delicious.
Okay, I love it, but Rawlicious.
Rawlicious. But Rawlicious is delicious, basically.
It
No?
is. So that was a good one. Thank you so much, Annabella. Love you lot.
Bye. I love you all. Much love from my island. Much love. Bye bye.